It turns out there's more consolidation and collaboration going on within the schools of the Taconic and Green Regional School District than just academics and classroom instruction. The mindset is also extending to the school's cafeterias and food service programs. Kelly Foster was the food service director at Floodbrook School in Londonderry before being appointed last June to a new position where she'll be coordinating meals served at all the 5 schools within the Taconic and Green District, which went formally live this summer. She has been tasked not only with coordinating the breakfasts and lunches served at the schools located in Sunderland, Manchester, Dorset, Danby, and Londonderry, but also to bring an upgrade to the food program in the form of more food prepared from scratch and an emphasis on healthier and less sugary meals. On Monday, August 27th, she got to do something of a test run at the Manchester Elementary Middle School, where the Taconic and Green teachers had gathered for an in-service instruction day. Bringing together all the food service managers of the schools together in the MEMS kitchen was a chance to try out some of their ideas. Before that, she told us a little bit about the overall direction and philosophy of the new approach.
Our goal, our big overarching goal for all of the food service programs and all of the kitchens is to put our pretty fantastic kitchens to work and do a lot more cooking. We've got ovens, we've got equipment, and I think that what makes kind of a more exceptional meal program is to be cooking as much from scratch. So, why haven't we been doing that in the past? Some schools just haven't had the support, they haven't had the resources, and of course the National School Lunch Program does demotivate you a little bit from cooking from scratch. Certainly looking at a label on a box makes life a little bit easier and a little bit less stressful. So with the creation of the food service director, one of my big goals and something that I take very seriously is giving our kitchen managers the tools that they need so that they can feel comfortable and about cooking and feel comfortable about the nutrients that are in the food, and that we're meeting all of the rules, and that we're satisfying the kids. And so I've worked hard on developing recipes that have worked in the past for the school that I came from, and also, I really look forward to getting ideas from the other kitchen managers, what's worked for them, working all together and kind of getting the best of each school is something I really look forward to.
Jackie Wilson, the school superintendent of the Bennington-Rutland Supervisory Union, of which the Taconic and Green is part of, described how the new approach came together.
Well, we knew one of our goals with Taconic and Green was to have some more consistency across our schools with what we offer to kids to eat, and to really have a focus on more farm to school and healthier options for our kids. So when Taconic and Green came together, we looked at it as an opportunity. Let's at a supervisory union level, let's have someone come in, help give us some leadership and some guidance on how we can make those transitions. So it just so happened we've had some changes with staffing in Taconic and Green that allowed us to really get a lot further along than we thought we would as far as having shared menu for all of those schools. We'll have a shared menu. And we also had a parent group that we worked with last spring, and we brought them in and we talked to them and said, what do you want for your kids in a lunch school program? We looked at compliance, things that we had to do, and we talked about what changes could we make that would really, really benefit our kids. And we looked not just at the food, but that whole social experience. And we'll start to expand on that more in the next year, because that whole experience of eating together and coming together is really important. And for example, one of the things we talked about was the importance of round tables. When I was principal back here, when we changed this room, the cafeteria said, I want round tables, because that generates conversation. And then you have somebody, you're not yelling down a hall. So those are the things we'll start to look at too, as to how do we really capitalize the experience kids can have and what they can learn from just eating together.
In some ways, it's a case of a circle coming full turn. Kelly Foster was a former student at MEMS herself before going on to attend the University of Southern California and then a job in New York City. She began to nurture an already existing interest in food and cooking before returning to Vermont to work at Floodbrook as part of the food staff there. Seizing the opportunity to bring a fresh start to the various schools' food programs offers challenges and possibilities, she said.
But, school food service isn't just about showing up and cooking a recipe. That's one part of it. The other part is service and, cooking things in stages and holding hot food so that it's good, for the second and third lunches. So there's a lot that goes into it when you start cooking from scratch and making sure that the quality of the food, sustains throughout all of the seatings. The idea was to have a variety of things and draw in some local meats where it was possible, but recipes that are kid friendly. So. We definitely thought about that. We want we want the kids happy. We want them eating the food, but it was it's a fine line between challenging them and also giving them something that they are maybe familiar with and are interested in eating.
The proof is in the pudding, as they say, and the ultimate jury, the students, will soon have a chance to weigh in. School lunch at the cafeteria may be a little bit different than it was before. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.